recording now, but I'm also going to share my screen. And if anyone else joins us, then we will take care of it from there. Sound good? All right, so this is using inequalities, graphing inequalities. We'll start out pretty simple. Actually, the whole thing is going to be pretty simple. It's just a matter of where it would apply into a business situation. But let's say you were to have a problem that was, say, something like this: x over -2 is less than -4. So basically on this, you would multiply both sides by the -2. Because I'm multiplying by the negative, the sign has to flip because that was negative. Okay, so the sign changes direction, so we get 8, which is great. And there's different ways that we're going to represent this. This means that values are greater than sorry, people add, are greater than 8. Okay, so if you were to do this on something called interval notation, you'd say, well, I have a starting point at 8 and we go to infinity, and it's rounded bracket because I don't have an equal sign. And then if I wanted to graph it on a line, you would basically have a linear component. Say if 0 here, you have 8 here. This would have an open dot and shading as values greater than 8. So there's different types of things. So things that I'll be looking at when you guys are doing these problems. Let's see, Frank, where are you at? There you are, Frank. Is I want to make sure that you solve the problem. You also put it as interval notation, and you also graph it. So I'm looking for 3 different parts when you would do a problem such as these, okay? The main one on that one I started at is if you multiply or divide by a negative number to get your variable by itself, the inequality sign has to flip over. That's what we have there. Any questions on that so far? Feel comfy about that? All right, example 2 is going to look like this. Let's say we have 2 and then x subtract 4, and this is less than x minus 3 over 3. So the main thing on this one is you could do this multiple different ways. You could say, well, let's distribute this over first. But then there's a term that we use in math, and we say clear denominator. And if you clear the denominator, that means I'm going to multiply this one by 3 and this whole thing by 3 as well. Those will cancel. So that's going to give me 6x minus 24 is less than x minus 3, and then solve for x. So on this particular one, you might say, okay, I'll subtract x from each side. I'll add 24 to both sides. So that's going to give me 5x. Those cancel is less than those cancel. What is that, 19? 21. Jeez, thank you. At least you guys are on the ball. And then divide each side by 5. So you wind up getting x is less than 21/5. So you want values that are smaller than 21/5 or 4 1/5. So I would like you to show me that this is solved. I would like you to show that you know that this is going to negative infinity and starting at 21/5. It's a round bracket because I don't have an equal sign. And then the last thing is draw on a number line. You realizing that 21/5 is here, 0 somewhere down here. You would have a round bracket shading this way to negative infinity. So there's 3 parts to this problem. Here's one of the parts, here's another part, and here's the third part. You want to make sure you're showing all 3 parts to show that you have the understanding of what's taking place with the problem. Let's see. Where are you getting the checkpoint? Okay, so just so you know, example 3, if you already had a number line given to you, where you have an open dot and a closed dot, where you have an endpoints, and then it's shaded in between. If this is, say, 7 and this is 10, how you would write that as an interval notation would be a round bracket at 7 to 10, hard bracket at the 10, because it's that. How some people might focus on this problem is they might say, well, x is greater than 7 and x is less than or equal to 10, but then can I put these together? And the answer is yes. When you put this together, you're going to take this whole thing, because it's the smaller, and you're going to flip it. So that's going to give you 7 is less than x, and then you just put that part at the very end. And there's your answer. Not too bad, is it? A-okay? I know it's Algebra 1. You've seen it before. It's not some great mystery, but it'll build into some things that we're going to start working with Desmos as well. So, nice thing is if you have Desmos on the phone, great. If not, we have the Chromebooks here that we can work with. Let's see, I want to do through 16. I'm going to do this. Let's see if this works. Scan documents. PubMed 1 through 16. Can I adjust the notebook? There, bring that there. Keep scan. Down a little bit. Keep scan. Save. Email this to me. Send copy. Mail. Nope. Cancel. Delete draft. Send copy. Mail. There it goes. And let's see if this came through. I'm going to stop this share here. Be right back. Well, you'll be able to see me the whole time, so there it is. Let's see if it allows me to rotate. looking for my rotate command. PDF, where's it at, my friends? Select all. Count. Fill requests, manage agreements, rotate view, counterclockwise. There we go. That's what I wanted. Save as. I'm going to call this desktop page. Page 302, 1 through 16. Desktop. So this will be on my Schoology page. So the assignment is listed, Business Calc. So you don't have to print this off. You can just jot it down on a separate sheet of paper. But if you go down to the week 11 folder, it's going to be attach. Hang on, it's coming. It'll be in the week 11 folder, and then just go in there, and it'll have the assignment picture, and it'll say what the assignment is, which problems to work on. Let's see. I just have to find it now. There it is. Page 202, that's it. It says page 202, 1 through 16 PDF. So do 1 through 16 on it, and I hope it saved it the correct way. Hang on, we'll see. Went sideways. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to manipulate it. I thought it would manipulate it for me, but it is there in the thing. So I am going to stop my recording at this point and give you the opportunity to work on that.